Hello, Big Team. Hello, friends. Welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is going to be part 3 of a book haul series of all the books I have bought over the last few weeks in September and the first part of October. And I am just filming several smaller videos all in the same day, hoping that in case our power goes out during Hurricane Milton, that I will still have a couple of videos up and ready to go for you. And I went and did some book shopping yesterday, October the 5th. Today's October the 6th as I'm filming this. I already had plenty of books for a book haul video that I purchased in the month of September. But October happened and I was still book shopping. So I, in the end, decided to go ahead and break them up by genre so that each video could be just a little bit shorter and a little easier to edit. And so what I want to show you in the video today are the miscellaneous books. Now, I've already done a separate video of the cozy mysteries and the not so cozy mysteries all in one video. And then I showed you all of the nonfiction that I have picked up. We've got Nonfiction November coming up soon, and I picked up some really interesting nonfiction books over the last few weeks, so I was excited to share those with you. So in this video, I've got some women's fiction, I have a couple of romances, I have some Star Wars books, and some quilting fiction, a few Christian fiction books, and it's just a nice variety of books that I'm excited to have. So stay tuned and I'll show you what I got. Okay. I'm so excited about some of these, I don't even know where to start. Let me just start with the one I'm most excited about, because I have finally finished my Miss Julia collection. I found a copy of the latest Miss Julia book, Miss Julia Happily Ever After by Anne B. Ross. I love the series. I've always said it is my second favorite series of all time. Second only to the Mitford series by Jane Karen. So as you can see, I have my favorites up here, and I'm thrilled to have this. Then another book I'm thrilled to have, simply because I thought I would never find it, is by Melody Carlson. Now, I have read several Melody Carlson books that I've loved. She is a very prolific writer and has a lot of series and books that I have never read, but one series that I ran across the first 3 out of 4 somewhere, and I thought that 4th one just sounds elusive. I think I'm never going to find it, but I found it, and this is the only one they had. I found this at the library sale that I went to yesterday. This is 3 Weddings and a Bar Mitzvah, and it is from the 86 Bloomberg Place series. It's a series of 4. And like I said, I have the other 3. I thought I would never find the 4th one. I think these are actually on audio, so I need to get to these pretty soon. But I'm excited to have the physical copy. And since the Melody Carlson books are usually faith-based, let me go ahead and show you the other faith-based fiction books that I got. One I will definitely read before I donate it or put it on loan at our church library. This is The Beginning by Beverly Lewis. I think this is one of her newer ones, and I have not read it. I don't think it's part of a series, but I, of course, want to read all the Beverly Lewis books, so I'm excited to have this one. And then several ladies from our church have been really interested in reading all the books by Terry Blackstock. And so I ran across this the other day and thought I would go ahead and grab it. I don't know if it's part of a series or if it's a standalone. This is called Vicious Cycle. And I went ahead and grabbed that. I will try to read it myself, but for now, I'll go ahead and take it up to the church library so that the other ladies can be enjoying that one. These are also destined for the church library. This is from a YA or middle grade series that is faith-based by Gilbert Morris called Bonnets and Bugles. This is 2 of them from the series, The Secret of Richmond Manor and The Soldier Boy's Discovery. I think these are set during the Revolutionary War period or somewhere around that time. I've been collecting this series and I haven't been writing down the ones that I have. I want to read them, but I picked these up at a thrift store and I got home and realized I already had both of these. So these 2 duplicates can go ahead and go on up to the church library. Eventually, I will donate all of the ones that I have picked up, except for the duplicates. I'll probably just, donate one of each, but I want to read them first. So, because these are duplicates, these can go ahead and go so that the kids can start enjoying them now. I have been trying to pick up several middle grade and YA Christian books for our church library because we have a homeschool group that meets at our church facility once a week, and one of the classes even meets in the church library, and I want to have some books there available for them that they would be interested in. So those would be great. I have a few other romances and women's fiction. These are the romances I picked up. One of them is from the love-inspired suspense line. It is called Trained to Defend by Christy Barrett. It is from the Canine Mountain Guardians series. So y'all know I love these canine romantic suspense books. This is a book of short stories. It's like an anthology by Jody Thomas and some other authors called Be My Texas Valentine. And then this is an old one by Emily Richards. Now, I've read her whole Shenandoah album series. I guess you can't see them from here, but they're on the shelf right here. They are beautiful. Anyway, I have collected several of her other books and haven't read any others besides that series. Anyway, I thought this would be fun, and I picked it up. And then this one I got at the bookstore where I work. Okay, look at this. It's about a bookshop and there's puppies. Who could resist that? It's called The Bookshop Rescue by Rochelle Ehlers, and it just looks adorable. So I had to grab that. Then I have a few others that are probably just, women's fiction. Some that are quilt related, and I will eventually pass these on to my sister. The Basement Quilt by Anne Hazelwood. And the Church Ladies Quilts, also by Anne Hazelwood. Those look fun. And then the Quilters Club Quartet. This is the first 4 Quilters Club Mysteries by Marjorie Sorrell Rockwell. Don't know anything about that, but those look awesome. And then one that I will not pass on to my sister because this is the sequel to Friendship Cake by Lynn Hinton. And I had an extra copy of Friendship Cake, and I gave her that, and she read it and said, I did not like that. So this is the sequel. I still haven't read Friendship Cake. I will get around to it eventually, but I saw this one and decided to go ahead and grab it. This is Garden of Faith by Lynn Hinton. And then I also found this. Now, this is a middle grade author, but this doesn't necessarily look like a middle grade book, so I'm not sure. It's by Catherine Patterson. It's called A Stubborn Sweetness and Other Stories for the Christmas Season. Catherine Patterson is the author of Bridge to Terabithia, and I think she had another Newbery winner and maybe a Newbery Honor book too. But anyway, it's getting close to Christmas, and when you go to these library sales, usually about October, they start pulling out all the Christmas books they've been putting aside all year, and that's where I found this one, and I was thrilled to get it. Another book that I picked up recently that looks super interesting is called Lost Lacin by Margaret Mitchell. I was thinking, I didn't know Margaret Mitchell had any other books besides Gone with the Wind. And of course, then I get home and I look on the back and it says, until now, the world thought Margaret Mitchell had only one story to tell. I was like, yes, we did. So I got that. It's just a little short thing, but I'm excited to have that. Then I have a few middle grade books. This one I think is faith-based, and so I will take this one to the church library after I read it. It's Grandma's Attic Stories, Book 4, Treasures from Grandma's Attic, and it is by Arleta Richardson. And then I think this is a middle grade book because it's by the same author who wrote Where the Red Fern Grows. This is Summer of the Monkeys. Now, I didn't even know this existed, but a customer at the bookstore where I work has been looking for this book. We finally got a copy for them, and then that just kind of put it on my radar, and I saw this one somewhere else, and I thought, okay, I'm going to grab that. And then since then, I've seen it once or twice more. So, I guess it just wasn't on my radar before, but now I have it, and I'm excited to read it. Then this one is a companion book to a Newbery winner by Robin McKinley. It's actually part of a duology, and then this is a short story collection that is a companion book to the duology. I'll put a picture here of the Newbery winner because I don't trust myself to say the name correctly. Interestingly enough, though, the Newbery winner, I think, is number 2 in the series, but it's a prequel to the first book in the duology. So it really doesn't matter what order you read them in, but they are medieval fantasy type books. And this is a book of short stories that go along with those two books. And from fantasy, we can segue on into dystopian. I picked up a nice copy of The Handmaid's Tale for my daughter Katie. Right now, she has in her possession a really old, beat-up copy that was mine, and I thought I could give her a nicer copy of her very own. And then just a couple of days ago at the bookstore where I work, I found this one, Across the Sand by Hugh Howey. I believe this is a sequel to Sand, which I have not read. I have read all of the Wool books, and I really enjoyed those. So I'm excited to read Sand. They had a copy of Sand, but I already owned it. So all I picked up was the sequel, Across the Sand. And if you have read either this one or Sand, let me know. If you haven't read Wool, you should read it. Now, there is some strong language, but it is so good. It's just fascinating, and I thought it was great. And the last batch to show you are some Star Wars books. I got these yesterday at the library sale I went to in Tampa. One of these I already own, but it is in hardcover, and it's from a series that I have a couple more in paperback, so I decided to go ahead and pick up the paperback and probably trade out my hardcover. I can sell it or trade it in at the bookstore or whatever. The one I already had is Balance Point by Kathy Tyers, and the first three are from the New Jedi Order series. So I already had Balance Point, but I don't think I had these other two by Michael Stackpole. I may have one of these, but anyway, Dark Tide #1 is Onslaught, and then Dark Tide #2 is Ruin. Then I have two others. Now, all of these Star Wars books are considered legends. They are all books from prior or previous to 2014. I have Hard Merchandise by K.W. Jeter, or Jeter, probably Jeter. And from the Legacy of the Force line, Invincible by Troy Denning. And then while I'm on the topic of Star Wars books, when I was at the bookstore Friday working, somebody brought in a bunch of little golden books, and I had to go through them. So I found 4 Star Wars books that are all little golden books that I didn't have. And then Emily also picked out, I think, 5 books. So I'll show you hers too. But the ones I got are Mandalorian, This Is the Way. Love that. Actually, only 3 of these are Star Wars books, but I'll show you the other one too. I got I Am a Jedi, and I Am a Padawan. Now, the other one is a Star Trek book, but this is based on my favorite Star Trek episode ever, The Tribbles. This is called Too Many Tribbles. I couldn't resist that. And then here are the ones that Emily got. She got I Am Mulan. She got Mickey and the Beanstalk. This is an old one. I don't think she has this one already, but we both love Wally. And she got one called Lady. She loves Lady and the Tramp. And then this one was adorable. Peeps in Pajamas. Look at that. That's a great one to end on because it could not be cuter than Peeps in Pajamas. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back again soon with a very vintage book haul, and also hopefully my September wrap-up. So stay tuned for more. I hope that you will leave me a comment. Let's chat about any of the books you want to chat about from this video, and I hope to see you soon. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.